guys, how are you? Welcome in. I'm back. It is our normal Tuesday night crafting. I'm going to pull you in here. My iPad doesn't want to cooperate. I know, Book. How's everybody doing tonight? Pop in, say hello. Otis is here to say hi. Hi, Becky. How are you? Long time no hear. How we all doing? I'm freezing over here. Hi, Mary. How are you, darling? I was actually going to stick him in the chair and just have him show. And I decided, I won't do it to him. So we're going to do something a little bit different tonight. I was going to go spring themed, and then I'm like, this one will be a little quicker. Hi, Lisa. How you doing, darling? Hi, Patty. How are you? Thank you guys for coming on in. I know. Hello, sweet Otis. He's going to be... I am back. I know, twice in one day, right? How was your Christmas, Mary? I don't remember if I asked you that already. Hi, Kathy. How are you? Yeah, we should stick him in the chair for sure, right? Well, hello, Texie's Treasure Chest. How are you, darling? Thank you for coming in. Thank you guys for the hearts. Thank you for sprinkling, Lisa. For those of you just popping in, my name is Nicole. I am with Nicole's Recycled Treasures. This is Otis, who should have his Neela. How are you? Well, welcome. Thank you for coming in. Oh, good. I'm glad it was nice. Otis feels very warm for some reason. Oh, Bubby. He's shedding like a beast. I'm glad it was nice. Well, thank you guys for popping. Okay, well, he gets very jealous when I talk to the wall. Don't you? All right, Bub. He's just going to put his head on my lap and stay there. So tonight I wanted to, so I have this old, like, silver tray that I got from the Goodwill. I took the tag off. I think I paid a couple bucks for it. It's not one of those heavy ones, not a super expensive one. It's just kind of it's older, but it's like a cheaper silver tray. He is the love bug of all love bugs, yes. But he's now hunting in my bags to see if there's anything in there he could get a hold of. So I was at the at-home store today. Thank you for sprinkling. I appreciate it. And I found this crown. So just a basic plain crown. Hello, Jenny. How are you? I got Otis hair flying around now. See, I told you he was shedding. So, but I thought it was really cute. And I'm like, well, I've been thinking about doing one in a frame. And I know everybody gets those ones at Hobby Lobby, and they're really cool, and I want to redo one. He's a little bit like Moose, but not quite. It is beautiful. I love it. So, if you're new here, I wing everything. I have an idea in my head, but I really don't plan out very well. I love that you call me Honey Bunny. It's so cute. So we're going to put this on this tray. Okay, if you're with me so far. However, of course, we're going to have to slick stick this tray. So I originally wanted to go with the Harlequin paper behind it from Decoupage Queen. However, I already used part of it and thought I had another one, and I don't. So that's not going to work back here. So I came up with a whole different theory. And we all have, especially after Christmas, tissue paper. I am a honey bunny. You cracked me up. Thank you guys for all those hearts floating up and all your silly faces. I love it. So we take this crinkle paper. Moose is my dog, and he gets in everything when I go live. Yes, that's Otis. We keep joking that we're going to turn this into an Otis page. So once we slick stick this, we're actually gonna Mod Podge this paper right onto this tray. And we're gonna do kind of like a rustic old Italian, just waxing it. And we're just gonna do the inside of the tray, and then we're gonna line this with like a bling wrap, sort of. Maybe I'll use that diamond studded bling that I have. And then I think we may just do stripes out here. And we're going to, I think I'm gonna dry brush a little bit of black onto this crown. See how it's already sort of got black in it, but we're gonna dry brush a little more black on that. And of course, we're gonna put a little more bling on this. So wherever you see those dots, we're blinging this out. So it's already got some bling, but we're gonna bling it out even more. So what I wanna do real quick is slap some slick stick around here so that when we do paint the edges, it all kind of sticks. And then we're gonna, this little edge here, we're gonna rub and buff in that gold as well. Can you guys hear out my window? So you guys know how cold it is out, right? My neighbors have my dogs out there, and I wish y'all were here and you could all come back there with me and yell at my neighbors, but because they'll bark like that forever until they decide to let them in. Poor Otis, he's out there for 2 seconds and he runs right back in the door. He may be 120 pounds, a big lug, but he's a big old softie. So what kind of dog is Moose? I can hear, I hate that. I hate it too. Hi, B, welcome back, darling. I don't, you know, a lot of people that are on here know that I'm involved in and used to run my own rescue, and it's very hard for me sometimes to find words because, you know, they are your neighbors and you have to live next door to them, but there comes a point where that part of you kicks in and it doesn't end up very pretty. And I've had some run-ins, I can tell you that. But, you know, you just want to do what's best by them. I'm guessing they let them in, but it's been going on for... That's right. That's you that has my dog DeBordio. I love it. So I love, love, love that breed. That is my dream breed. My husband says, no way. But, I mean, we have one that's half drooly anyway, right? I had boxers. I had a boxer American Bulldog mix. All my dogs are funny looking and drool. And I've had a pug. I've had all kinds in and out of my life and my house throughout the years. And we actually found one in our neighborhood a few years ago running with a Great Dane that got away. And they both, I piled them both in my car and I came home and went, are we looking for the owners? Because I think I just found my dream dog by accident. And maybe he doesn't want to go back home. Maybe he wants to stay with me. But I couldn't do that. So we hunted him down. We found him. But it was nice having him for a little while. They're just gorgeous dogs. I love big, big, doofus-looking dogs. I would definitely want an older one, though. I'm not a puppy fan. I don't have the energy or the time. I'll run across an older one, and it can land in my lap and stay here forever and ever. I see them quite often now in rescue, so I'm sure I will find one. My son had a blue pit and a French bulldog. They are my grand dogs. Aww. You know what? You want to know where I got the sweater? Hi, Nancy. How are you? And I saw... All right. I know from Florida your last name is Escobar, and I saw you on here earlier, and I'm sorry I forgot your name, darling. But hello to you. Thank you for coming back in. I remember the Florida part. Probably because I wish I was there. So we're just going to throw some slick stick down on this tray. Thank you guys for the hearts and anybody that's sprinkling my page out. I appreciate it more than you know. Call you Ari. Okay, gotcha. That I should remember. Nancy Lane, welcome in. Thank you for stopping by. Let me know where you're from, darling. All right, so we want to get this dried on here. My brush container is full. Means it's time to wash. My least favorite part. I am so discombobulated in here today because I did a live earlier. And I usually never do 2 lives in a day. Unless I'm Goodwill shopping. Oh, thank you. I like that. Sprinkling the treasures. That's cute. I'm always looking for something else to call it besides sprinkling. Guys, I got Otis hair everywhere. I don't think we want Otis hair in our project. So I had another project I was going to do because I was at the at-home store and I actually found this, and I found another board that was on sale from Christmas that we were going to turn into a little spring project, believe it or not. And I made my poor, hi Lydia. Hello my team BFF. My Monica. And I was going to do this spring theme project, and I had my poor husband tear it apart and fix it all up again. And then I said, never mind. I found something else I need you to fix for me. Because one of these there was 2 handles on here, and one was broken off. So I pulled the other handle off, and I had him sand down where the handles were so it wasn't rough. And he was like, really? I said, yeah. One was my backup project. I think I want to do this one though. So we just took tissue paper and you just crumple it up. Make it as messy as possible. Because the more texture we put in here, the better. We're going to lay this down. I want it to be nice and beat up. We're going to lay this down. I take my paintbrush, as you guys know, almost like with the rice paper. So you can stretch it out a bit, but you don't want to get those wrinkles out. And I'm just going to kind of put an indent where I want it in here because we're going to Mod Podge this down. I'm going to cut it a little bigger than what I'm indenting it. And if it tears or breaks apart, don't worry about it. Because when you lay the Mod Podge down, it'll kind of all come together. See, it's already starting to tear a little bit. Cut this out. You can actually tear it too, just for the sake of. Just kind of follow if you can see the line. I'm having a hard time seeing it because it's all crumpled up. I'm going a little bit outside of the line because we're going to crumple it up again. And then we're going to Mod Podge this down into place. And that's going to give us our texture. And then we're going to do the white paint over it. And I'll show you how we're going to do this. I've done this on books. I'm sure you guys have seen Kathy do this for books. I've never done this in a tray. So we'll see how this works. And I figured everybody's got paper laying around, right? I have lots of trays. I kind of got obsessed with them. I started watching Royal Funky Junk before I started doing, I was doing crafting, but then I started watching her and I loved her trays. And I had a couple of them, but I was like, oh, well, I can collect those. So that's what I started doing. And now I have tons of them. And I just always hold on to them until that right project comes around. And I use trays, like I use paper as a background. So I don't know if you can see, if you look there, where I can't figure out where to point. Hi, Stacy, how are you? So that is just like I put a paper in the background. That was the new Decoupage Queen, one of the background papers, and then I put one of those flat back angels on it. Kind of like what I'm doing here, but I'm using this crown instead. How are you, Stacy? Long time no see, darling. Jenny, how was your Christmas? So I was trying to tell you, so do you want to guess where I got the sweater at? Mod Podge. I need Mod Podge. I got it at the thrift store, of course, because where else would I get it? And it's this, it's like a, I don't know how to describe this. So this is attached. It's like a scarf, but you know how they have like the cardigans? And I'm always fussing with it, trying to close it because I don't want people to see my belly, but this has this scarf over it, so I don't have to fuss with it. I love it. I was like, what a neat idea. So we're gonna lay some Mod Podge right down on the tray. It is best shopping place ever. It's where I get everything. Almost everything. See, I'm obsessed with, so you know the store in the Mall Express? My favorite clothes. I don't know why. And I can go to the thrift store and I kid you not, I am actually paying more attention to what I'm looking at because I'm like, oh, I love that. I love that. And everything I pick up is Express. So now that's actually, there's so much of it sitting in our thrift stores from Express. And I love that store. I love going in there. But some of their stuff's very expensive unless you find it on sale. And I'm not one of those people that'll spend $1 million on clothes. I mean, where do I really go is, you know, I work a full-time job, a part-time job, and then I do this. So I'm in pajamas all the time. My Christmas was great. I am so sad I have to go back to work tomorrow. Yeah, I feel ya. Not my bling. I don't get my bling at the thrift store. Not at all, Monica. I get my bling all from you. So we're gonna lay that paper right on there. Lay it right into the Mod Podge. Drop it down in there. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're gonna do stripes and we're gonna trim it out with bling. So you're not gonna see the edges anyway, so don't worry about them. And the rougher the better, because I want it to have that old Italian, old world look to it. And you're gonna go right over it again with Mod Podge. So you're gonna go over it and seal it down, and then we're gonna paint over it. I'm just kind of brushing, pushing that down. Get the edges down a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna put my dryer on there just for a second to get that Mod Podge on the bottom dried a little bit. I know, it's been one of those days. I'm not used to it either. All I have is my wedding ring and then my other band that me and Cheryl wear. I have bracelets and a necklace though, but yeah. I was doing a lot of painting earlier. I guess I got it off of my hands. I'm usually wearing like 1 million rings. Even at work, I push it. And I wear a lot. because we're not supposed to wear them. We're not allowed. And Nicole puts them on her fingers. I know, there's Odie. See, if you're new to my page and you're still on here, you'll realize Otis is the one that gets all the attention. You notice the hearts fly up when Otis enters the room? That's all I gotta do. That's literally all I gotta do is go, Otis. Come here, bub. Watch. See? Hearts, 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 hearts. So now, all those hearts and all that love for Otis, I need one of you to come here and hold his big old butt down while I'm sticking his ear meds in his ears. Because that's the part I want to see you guys all help me do. He heard ear meds and he left the room. He'll let me do anything in the world to him. See, they all want him to have a page. Monica, why not? Monica loves Otis. If I told her, come here now, she'll be here in 10 minutes. My dog will be gone, and she will send me her husband and her dog. You'll do it? All right, I want you to drive all the way out here. Monica won't, because she doesn't want to see his feelings hurt. Aw, you babysat all day? That's the best feeling. All right, Monica, I'm sending him to your house with the ear meds. And you can send him back when he's all done. But you're gonna need Steve there to help you. I already told you how I had to give him his ear meds. So I wanna make sure these edges are all the way down. It was good. It was hectic for a little while. I'm not gonna lie, I was so exhausted I fell asleep Christmas Eve. And they just had fun doing their thing downstairs. They built gingerbread houses downstairs, and I was just, after work, I was exhausted because I had to work. And then, I don't know, it was just, I felt like it was crazy day and crazy days leading up to it. So I was just super tired. Now watch. Come here, bub. He will look sad. Hey, Lou, how are you? Come here, bub. Come on. Oh, he won't come near me now. He heard ear meds. Come here. You want huggies? All right, he forgave me. They all want to say hi. We got home Christmas Eve at 3. Santa comes at midnight, then late night. See, I told you it works every time. Otis comes in the room, I get hearts. I've learned the trick. I need an Otis button now. A button to bring him in the room. All right, so we got the Mod Podge down. Let's see if we can fit this into our... Olivia, all you need is a big old Otis. I'm telling you, your page will blow up. So we're going to put wax onto this. Now we're going to glue down this crown. Lou, if you're still on, are you coming in tomorrow, honey? Because I can bring your angel. Get out of the bag, bud. Did you guys see the finished keys? It's so hard to figure out where to point. The one that Otis is now blocking. I thought they came out super cute. So you want to make sure this is nice and dry before we put our paint down. we're going to put white paint. Monica, remember that keyboard that we got? Monica was with me when I bought that. So she saw my excitement when we found it. So yes, the one whole side was molds. I'll show you which side that was. I'll go grab it real quick. Give that a second to cool off. Bobby, get out of there. No, no. So this side was all molds. And then this kind of came this way, but we put those keys on there. We put a little bit of bling on there. Put the Totally Dazzled keys on there. Put some bling on there. Switched out the colors. I thought it came out super cute. I liked it the way it was. I wasn't crazy about the red on the one side. The whole one side had like this funky red on it, and then it had like a black, and I don't know. I liked it. My tablet keeps freezing, so back to phone. A lot of people were having problems. I was watching a couple lives before I jumped on here. Do you have to prime that before you paint it? I missed that part. So yes. Hi, Mary. How are you, darling? So what I did was I put Slick Stick on this, and then I put the Mod Podge down, and then the paper, and then Mod Podge over it. Still a little tacky. And then we're going to paint it. How are you, Mary? We're going to paint it and wax it, and then we're going to put this crown on it. Oh, he's going to lay next to me. You guys can always see him. Is your cold all better? Doing much better from cold. Hi, Wanda. How are you, darling? Thank you for coming on. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you those who are sprinkling. Yeah, the key transformation, I liked it. I'm going to put a little bit of cold on here. I don't want to paint over if it's hot. He knows he is the star of the show. You guys are killing me, so. Hi, Wanda. Hey, I'll take it whatever way I can get it, right? That's all good. I love all the love either way. I'll pretend it's mine. It's really Otis's. It's all good. I'll go with the flow. My husband actually thinks it's hilarious. My daughter has said from the get-go, I told you it's going to be Otis, not you. Thanks, Ash. Appreciate the love. Monica, you see the brushes I'm using? I'm obsessed with these brushes right now. Guys, I went and saw my wifey today, Cheryl, and guess what she got me? You know what I've been saying is as old as my husband is over here, my little glue tool. She got me a new for Christmas. We didn't see each other for Christmas, so she was sick. But she got me a Sure Bonder glue tool. I was so excited. They're from Folk Art. I don't, Monica, did you order them from Amazon? They're from Folk Art. I don't know, they're big, fat, wide. I love these things. They make life so much simpler. She got me so much fun stuff. And I used the new gem pens you got me today too for that keyboard behind me. So I got to play with those today. Yes, she got them off of Amazon. So look up Folk Art paintbrushes on Amazon. And just, I'm going to guess these are the widest ones. They're 1.5 inches. So I am just using Folk Art Multi-Surface, the titanium white. And we're gonna wax this out. And I think we're gonna give this black stripes on the edges. And then we're gonna do, where you see all this texture, is we're gonna do the gold rub and buff. I wanna get a good coat of paint on here, because we're gonna wax it, and I wanna get in between all that paper. So if you just hopped on, I slick stick this old silver tray. I put some Mod Podge down. I took some wrinkled up, I wrinkled it up really good, some tissue paper, and laid that down with the Mod Podge. And then now we're going over it with this white paint. And I have this beautiful crown that we're gonna put down. 2 in 1 day. Yes, Stacy, how are you, honey? How was little man's Christmas? That's what I wanna know. I saw all his presents. I was like, oh boy. I hope he got everything he wanted. Except for his, you know, phone that's better than his mom's. That kid cracks me up. You missed the finished keys. I'll show you at the end of this. I just had them over here too. I'll show you, Wanda. Yeah, I wanted to finish those keys before I came on tonight, or it would have drove me insane to leave a project unfinished. That Santa was driving me insane for a week. That one took 3 lives. But I had to take a break in between from doing them, because I felt like that's all I was staring at. I see them in the back now. Yes, I love it too. I'll take a picture and I'll post it. Oh, I was just about to say that I gave him his old phone back and he was like, this is a new one. I said, yeah, it's new to you because you haven't seen it in months. That poor kid. He was probably all excited and then he got his old phone back. I love it. That's hilarious. I mean, hey, that's the way to do it, right? Listen. I figure he's lucky to have a phone at that age, right? Think back. How many of you had pagers? Because that's what I had. Are you leaving me, Bob? He's had enough, guys. So get them out. He is giving your hugs to someone else now. Aww. No, who? Wait, are you being serious? Because I said that, or he's just giving my hugs away? I'm not very happy about that. He gives the best hugs. He's not allowed to give my hugs to anybody else. Right? Beat me. Payphones. You used to get, you know, on your pager and you'd hit a payphone. And now kids don't even know what those, if you ever see a payphone or see an old booth, they're like, what is that? Hi, Michelle. How are you? Come on in. Say hello. Let me know where you're from. We're doing a little tray makeover. So we got that all painted white. Hi, Angel. How are you? What's a payphone? Well, I forget, you're younger than me too. Listen, Stace, if you just asked me what a payphone was, I know I'm up there, but my word. He was hugging Trina the other day in school. No! You got Chinese. Guys, I'm so thirsty tonight. I don't know what my issue is. Tell me he's not allowed to get my hugs away. That's my baby boy. needy tonight. Gotta be careful, he's shedding so bad. What happened in Buffalo? What did I miss? What's going on in Buffalo? Hi Patty, how are you? Welcome in, say hello, let me know where you're from. Trying to figure out what just happened in Buffalo. I know a lot of people that travel through New York, so I'll be about to take my whole dryer with you. Hello, Big Boy. Yeah, he's been on here since I got on here. Is it something that just happened? What? 51 inches? Oh my word. That's an insane amount of snow. That's a dangerous amount of snow. So I take it there's no power. I can't imagine that there is. That's okay, Patty. You're fine. I know you always got me, darling. You're good. You're so sweet for saying that, though. Oh my God, I can't believe there's that much snow out there. That's a scary amount of snow. I can't imagine very many people have power or that they're staying warm. I think my heart just broke for them. Whoever's throwing up hearts, thank you, darling. I appreciate it, or several of you. Finding people in car. Oh my God, I can't even. I can't. Did this just happen like overnight? Today? I don't watch the news, so I'm pretty much lost as far as that goes. Oh my word. And Buffalo's not that far from me. I mean, I'm in Ohio, but oh wow. Yeah, Buffalo, New York. I mean, I'm in Ohio, but Buffalo's only, what, 3 hours from me if I get on the turnpike? That's crazy to think that that happened so close. I just want to make sure this is completely dry before I glue this crown onto it. Yes, there's another guy that I watch on YouTube, and he was showing how the upper eastern states, New York, is already getting hit. That's crazy. You know what's really sad is, so we're supposed to warm up starting tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. So I would imagine that they would be too. And that's going to cause a whole nother issue. Oh my word. I can't even imagine. So sad. I mean, who could even imagine you're going to get that amount of snow? All right, guys. So what I want to do, nope, we're going to wax first. So if you're just hopped on, this is what we plan on doing. So I got this at the at-home store. Of course, we're not leaving it that way. We're going to jazz it all up. But what I want to do is dark wax this tissue that we just painted first. to use the Bare Dark Wax. I guess I could get a bigger chip brush. Yeah, I found it at the... So guys, I was at the at-home store. I kid you not. I should have brought it in here. Oh, wow. So sad. God, those poor families. I can't even... Yeah, it's supposed to all melt, and they're talking about flooding, so... You want it already? Cracking me up. So I was at the at-home store. So this crown, the box, I want to go back. The box said $12.99. So grabbed it for $12.99. You had to, so you see here, right there, it was screwed to the box. I pulled it out. And on the back of this crown was a price tag that said $10.99. So in the box, all manufactured into the box, all set into the box and closed, it said $10.99, but the outside of the box said $12.99. So I legit want to take the box and the receipt back and be like, I don't know, does that sound petty? It's pretty, but I was like, why is there a $10.99 and you guys have it on sale for $12.99? I didn't understand the concept, so I was a little confused. So we're gonna dark wax this. I want the background to be a little dark. So you use an old, like, chippy brush. Just throw some wax down. And then we're gonna wipe any excess wax. Now this has got paint and Mod Podge, so it's got all this paper back there, so it's gonna give it a different texture than what you guys usually see me do. So see the difference? It's gonna give it that old grungy look, but that's what we kind of want in the background to give it that old, like, Italian kind of look. This was maybe a little too dark for me right there. It's got all those cracks and crevices, so just play with it till you get it the way you want it. And I promise you it'll all come together in the end. I always say some of my projects look a little odd until they're finished, and then you'll understand more. Just took a little bit more of that off. And I always say it's just paint and glue. We can always fix anything we don't like. Because, I mean, I find most of my stuff at a thrift store anyway, right? And it's all stuff that's already been done a certain way or painted a certain way, and we fix that, so. I'm just gonna throw some along the whole tray. I'll let this sit on here too long though. Every paint and everything that you put down will take that wax differently. So I always say, if you put down chalk paint, it's gonna soak that wax up really quick. So you wanna work in sections and get it off. If you use Mod Podge, it's kind of the same theory. I mean, we did put paint over the Mod Podge, but it's still gonna soak it up a different way than if you use just plain, you know, the satin acrylic paint. Wax adheres to everything a little bit differently. It is. So it's, see how different it already looks? It's the Bare Dark Wax. You can get it online or from Depot. And you can lighten it up if you want with the clear wax. So there's a Bare Clear Wax as well. And you can lighten it up with the Bare Clear Wax. Thank you for hearts. So I want to get into those grooves on the edge. Remember, we're going to rub and buff that, but I want the wax down, because if you put wax down after, you'll take your rub and buff off. So putting wax on over any rub and buff will remove it. So I went there and they had like his and her crowns, king and queen. They had all kinds of fun stuff there. And I was like, yeah. And then I found this one. Because, you know, I'm a thrift store girl, so I'm weird when it comes to spending money elsewhere. I'm like, I'll run across one of these at a thrift store. And then I saw that one and I was like, yeah, it looks fun. And they have one at Hobby Lobby, but I promised to do the one that they have at Hobby Lobby for my Team BFF girl. She has a pink one. So you guys are going to see me do a pink one on a live for her. We're blinging her pink one out. So as soon as I grab that off of her, right, Monica? We got to do her pink one and bling it out for her. Now it's to pick which brush I just had. All right. So now we want to lay this down. So what I want is it to be centered, and I'm going to use 2 different glues here to lay it down. One that's going to instantly stick it for me. I don't know how I got a little glue string there. I didn't use any glue. It must be their glue. I'm going to use my B7000. And I'm thinking the way this lays, it doesn't lay on here perfectly, so I gotta glue the pieces that do lay down. We can push. I'm just gonna put random pieces of hot glue in here just so that it does lay down. But I wanna use this as the permanent. And I'm hoping this works over the wax. I didn't think about that, but I guess we shall find out. And guys, yes, my hands shake a lot when I'm putting pressure on anything. So you'll hear me knocking on this thing. Now I know why it's not sticking all the way down. It's got that little hanger off, hanging off. Pay attention, Nicole. Let's get that out of there. How about some B7000 in your hair? I'm sure that'll do my hair miracles. I made an appointment to get my hair cut on Friday. So I think I might be brave and take several inches off. We'll see. I very rarely cut it. And I do mean very rarely. I've gone years without getting it cut. I've been better. It's just super thin, and I always hate when I get it cut because I feel like it's all gone. And it's super fine. Anybody that knows me knows I'm very attached to my hair, so I know that sounds silly, but Like I said, there isn't much of it. It may look like it's long, and it is long, but it's very fine and thin, and I'm gonna stick this in my lap just for a moment. So sorry. I wanna make sure I have it where I want it. We're gonna hold it down. It does usually look thicker if it's shorter. I got B7000 in my hair. I'm not quite sure what that's gonna do for my hair. Good thing I'm getting it cut. However, see, my problem is now I had it cut about a year ago, and I had several inches taken off. I'm not attached. I just hate taking the time and that's my problem. So I don't go to I don't spend a lot of money on myself. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously I don't get my nails done. I chew the living heck out of my nails. I don't get my hair done. I still torture myself with that. You guys know all about that cap. So I torture myself with that. I've got my hair done once or twice in the past several years, and that was about it. But I just go to a place up here, and actually the girl's really, really good. I love her. She's one of the only people that has listened to me so far. And I found her when I got my hair cut last year, and I went in there today to see if she had an appointment, thinking after Christmas they'd have something open. She doesn't, but she does have one for Friday. So, and it's only like $25 to get my hair cut, so. And I know some people spend $1 million to get theirs done. I don't know. I'm one of those that's like, I don't know. I'm weird like that. I always find something different to spend my money on. All right, I'm having a bad feeling about this sticking. It is good. 25 bucks, are you kidding me? I can so do that. Well, I want to do this project. However, for whatever reason, it's not going to want to cooperate with me. So let's take some of this off of here. I think we're going to have to glue it. Yeah, I know I'm getting to that point where I really should just be taking care of what I have for hair, because, I know at some point I'm going to have to take it all off and cut it down, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm better with it. I feel like I'm making more of a hot mess than I'm doing anything else here. And that's what she told me. She said, come in at least twice a year. Come in every 6 months. If you don't want it cut, come in every 6 months. But last time I had her do my hair, she layered it, and I loved it. I love the feel of it. I love that I could get a brush right through it. So I'm kind of looking forward to that again, because right now, oh boy, I struggle and swear at myself in the morning. It's not a pretty sight. I'm really wanting this to stick, and it's not wanting to. Hold on. Give me 1 minute. I think I have... Let me think, because I can put something behind this to give it to stick to. Oh, wait, we got stickage. I did just say stickage, by the way. just get the hot glue to sit, then that B7000 will take and it'll sit. All right, I think it's working. Cross your fingers. Yeah, I am. I'm putting my arms on it. Just till that hot glue sets. And then if the hot glue sets, it'll hold it down enough for that B7000 to start setting in. I do have some paint scratched up here though. Worst case scenario, I think what I'm gonna have to do is move the crown up a little bit so that it sits more flush on the board. This side took, this side is not taking for some reason. Hi Shelly, how are you? Welcome in. If you're new, feel free to say hello. Let me know where you're from. So I'm gonna have to fix a little bit of this paint here at the bottom. No biggie. And actually that might be where a stripe ends up, so we may not have to. And now I'm starting to rethink the bling trim, but we'll see. All right, I think we're getting there. It just needed a little patience, that's all. Said heavy, not feathery. Listen, Stacy. I keep wanting to call you Stacy Ann. So my daughter's middle name is Ann. And every time I want to yell at Stacy, I want to call her Stacy Ann because I'm so used to it. Me and Stacy work together, so I was allowed to yell at her. That one came undone too. This wants to keep popping off. All right, plan B. We're gonna move it up a little bit. So the top of it's just gonna hang onto the top of the tray a little bit. Because what I think I gotta do is move this down flush and have the bottom sit. And I may have to stick something with a little height right under. I may have found my problem. I am like another daughter. Yes, you are. Hi, Sharon. How are you? She's like another sassy daughter. Are all daughters sassy? How you doing, Sharon? I think these are too tall, and that's what's happening to me right now. I don't know where that went, but that's okay. Bye-bye. That was easy. Well, now we're deconstructing a crown. There's always something going on here, right? I'm a boy mama. Yeah, I have 2 girls and a boy, and then I have all these adopted children around me. But the girls are definitely sassy. So I'm gonna put this, let me see if this is flatter. Come on, it's gotta work for me. I have this idea all planned out in my head. Wait till the listen, the granddaughter's already got it. She's 7 going on 17. Not even gonna lie to you. Literally 7 going on 17. I listen to her sometimes and I'm like, oh my word. Hello, Jamie, how are you? I do have a stepdaughter and that's all I gotta say. Crafting with Robin's Nest. Hello, how are you? Welcome in. If you're new, feel free to say hello. Let me know where you're from. I had to double check that Robin's Nest. I have a Robin song that comes on. So I wasn't sure what I was looking at for a moment. I'm sorry. So we're trying to get this crown on here. It doesn't seem to want to work for me. So I'm hoping I have a little height under here. You can get it to sit better. This is where my husband comes in handy. But he's snoozing away. I'm wondering if heating this up, because it is plastic. How are you, Jamie? Here. All right, I have it in the right spot now. So if I could just move it up here. Hello, Rebecca, how are you? I'm sorry I had to jump off yours. Girl, I need to come to your house for some bling wrap. I'd already be halfway finished with this if I could get this crown to sit down like I want it to. All right, let's see if that works. Long time no see, right? I know, I was just on her. I do have too much. You don't have too much. There's never too much. I've seen that rainbow one too, and I love, love, love it. So pretty. So I can't let go of this crown just yet, but I'll show you what we're doing. So I took this silver tray that we now have to fix up a little bit because this crown has given me a heck of a time. It was bound to happen one day, right? So I took this tray and I just put some slick stick on it, Mod Podge, crumpled up tissue paper, some paint waxed over it. We're putting this crown down. We're gonna bling it up a little bit, and I think we're gonna stripe and gold buff this tray around it. When does your son leave, Rebecca, or did he already leave? And he looks just like you. Yes, Team BFF does lives. She usually does Mondays. She didn't do yesterday. Monica, I don't know when are you doing a live this week, darling? So I'm gonna put a little bit of white to fix where we bumped some of this paint off. Yes, and you'll see me under my name, sometimes my business name on her lives, and don't judge me when I'm saying bling, bling, bling. It's kind of a problem. Yeah, so go to her page. She'll always post when she's going. So as long as you're following her, she does do posts on when she's doing lives. Yeah, you know, it's not a problem, but it is a problem. It is a problem when you have as much as I do, but it's a good problem to have. And it's not an expensive problem. That's what I like about it. That's why I like it. Oh boy. All right, Lydia, honey. You have a great evening. I always post, whether it's tonight or tomorrow, I'll always post my finished product. I'll put a little wax where we just put that paint. I'm scared to let this crown go, guys. I wear the stuff in retail. I get asked all the time where I get it from, right? All my customers always ask where I get it from. I'm like, well, not the retail shop. So Pacific is, I know you're a couple hours, is it like 3 hours difference from me? Don't pop, don't pop, don't pop. I think we're golden. I should probably watch my words. I will put more glue on there and secure it, but that's what we got so far. There's the crown on the tray. Oh, I just felt a shift. That's all right. We'll work around it, and I can always secure it and put a weight on it tonight so that it stays with, I'll do E6000, and we'll make sure that that puppy stays on there. So what I want to do is, what time? I'm in Eastern Standard Time. Thank you. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to gold rub and buff along these. I'll bring you guys down a little more so you can see what I'm doing. We'll gold rub and buff this. I think we're going to do a bling trim, like that diamond studded trim inside, and we're going to do stripes here. And then I'm just going to put gems on all of these raised pieces that you see. You guys know I lose everything that's in front of me. Three hours ahead. Okay, I knew you were behind quite a bit because I made a mental note that if I ever had to message you to not do it in the morning, because I was always scared I'm going to wake you up. So for that reason, I never, if I ever have to message you, I did make a mental note. Do not message Rebecca in the morning because it'll be a lot earlier for her. So Rebecca, did you see what I got? So I was given these for Christmas and I was so excited. I used them this morning. So I know there's two different tips. So there's this and then the white one. And I was trying to figure out if there's a difference between the two. Oh, Jamie, you're there too then. Okay, gotcha. So another mental note made. But I feel like it doesn't want to grab my gems. Is there a trick to priming these? You can. My phone is do not disturb until I get up. Okay, good to know. You're an hour behind me. Okay. Wait, did I read that right? I'm an hour behind you. So you're an hour behind me. Gotcha. Yeah, I know I have a lot of people outside of my time zone that watch. So sometimes it's hard for me because, I mean, I work during the day and then I do have a part-time side job that I do that I'm trying to get out of. So sometimes it's hard to try to figure out, you know, when you're going live because working full-time and then working another part-time and then doing this. So some days I jump on and it's hard to be like, yep, I will be live at 6 or I will be live at 6:30 or I will be live, period. So everywhere we see these raised in the center, I'm going to put more of these gems. I'm definitely loving this gem pen way better than my other one. Much quicker. Makes no difference for me. I'm retired. I always post all the time zones for when I go live. So just, yeah, that I did see that. I know, poor Jenny, I always ask, I'm like, okay, so you're going live at this time, which means it's what time for me? I always get so confused because I try to put mine around hers so I can watch her and watch all of you guys. Same thing with Kelly Cat. Kelly usually goes on a lot earlier than me though. So that's usually never an issue. I always get to watch her and then I always get to watch you. I think it's me and Jenny are pretty close to each other. But I always figure even if I'm 15, 20 minutes into hers, I'll pop onto her right after. And we're usually pretty good. So I think I'm going to do every other one on these. 2, 3, 4. Now I'm hoping I have enough gems. Pretty sure I have another set underneath me. So guys, I hit 1,800. I was so excited. So thank you for those who are, yes, who are always sprinkling out for me. I love and appreciate you guys for that so much. I always say this is something I never thought I would do, only because I'm terrified to be in front of people, but so, Becca, you want to hear something funny? Thank you. So it took me a hot minute. I was like, okay. So I got used to like speaking to you and having you on my lives. I don't know. I'm weird this way. So thank you, Jamie. So then who jumps on my live today? Earlier today was Justin, and I'm like, started stuttering. And I was cracking myself up afterwards because I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened. It was kind of, I looked down and I went, oh, welcome to, oh, Justin's on my page. No, 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 no. I think panic set in a little bit. Did you see me start shaking as I was gluing? I was like, oh, oh. Hi, Patty, how are you? That's not the way I wanted you to go. Turn around, turn around. How are you, darling? I haven't seen you in a moment. Hope all is good. Yeah, so, you know, weird because he came on and I felt like a little 2-year-old. I was like, oh, Justin's on my page. What do I do now? Did you ever pass? Yes. As awkward as it was, yes. It was awkward for me, I should say, but yes. Now, whether that person received that or even paid any attention to it, I don't know, but yes. So I need 2 more gems. I'm not going to put you, I don't know how it was received. So I need 2 more gems just for those top 2 dots up here, but we'll dig those out later. But do you guys see how we kind of, I put gems on every other one. Walked in hotel and Beth, Carol, and Charlie was right there. Oh boy. I don't know how I would have taken that. Hi Edie, how are you? Welcome in. Appreciate you stopping by. I hope anybody that popped in here had a beautiful Christmas with their family, and if not, I hope you all had a quiet, peaceful Christmas, if nothing else. Where's the crown from? It has, so this is not the Hobby Lobby one. This is from At Home. I got it at the At Home store today, and I was just told everybody I was cracking up because when I got it for $12.99, and I opened everything up and looked inside, and when I looked inside, thank you. When I looked inside, I was like, wait a minute. There was a price tag inside that said $9.99. But the price tag on the outside is what I think I paid. I have to look at the receipt. I didn't get a chance to look at the receipt. I have to look at the receipt. I believe I paid $12.99 for it. So I was a little upset by that. So I know I have this gold bling trim that I wanted to use on here as well. And Becca, if you ever want to come over here and organize me, I'm all for it. It's that gold diamond bling trim that I want. And once I'm out. See, we have bling trim problems. Bling trim problems as well. I have tons of it. So Becca, I was looking at your rainbow one. I picked, I don't know if it's the same one. I think it's a little different. But I have this one for the rainbow. I got this one at Hobby Lobby, but yours was much bigger. But this is kind of like the crystal stones. When I say I have a problem with this bling trim, I mean it. But yours are beautiful. They're huge. So I really, really love this trim. So this is that, almost the same color as this. It's not gold, it's that bronze color. So what I think I want to do is put 2 rows of this on here. So this is what I'm going to do. Oh, well, maybe we won't. We should have enough. So I just cut this down to a piece of 2. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows. And this is the, so this is different, Becca. I wish it was like what you have. This is that iron-on one that's got that clear back. But I just glue it. The only thing with this is you don't want to stretch it because then it wants to pop off. So you have to lay it down and just leave it in its place, because if you try to stretch it or manipulate it too much, it wants to pop off. But I love the colors of these, and I get them at Hobby Lobby whenever they go half off. Lately, they've been only doing 40 off, which is kind of a bummer, and I asked the one lady there, and she said the same thing. She said she doesn't understand why they're, all of a sudden, they're just doing 40% off, but I'm sure after all these Christmas sales, they'll have a bunch of stuff they clearance out. I do not have the gold bling from Totally Dazzled. So I didn't want to ask you to show that too. I actually want to see the gold because I have the Robert Stanley and then I use the one from Dollar Tree. And I like them both. I don't use a ton of like the bright gold. I use a lot of this, and I use the black one from either Dollar General or from Hobby Lobby. So I have the Robert Stanley, and then I have the Dollar General one. The Dollar General one has bigger stones in it. Or maybe that's the Robert Stanley. That's the Robert Stanley. So I have the Robert Stanley. The Dollar General one. And then I have Hobby Lobby. Like, the Robert Stanley is from Hobby Lobby too, but this is from the sewing section. So it's got a little bit smaller stone. Believe it or not, I like the Dollar General one. Hi, Shelly. How are you? So I would love to see the Totally Dazzled Gold Bling wrap because I don't use a ton of, I have the Dollar General one and I like that. Or I'm sorry, the Dollar Tree one. But I like using the black. I love using this dark one. I wish they had like an antique gold one. I like these bling trims from Hobby Lobby, but they're kind of a pain sometimes, no joke. And I save every little scrap because they are a little pricier. So for Christmas, I used a lot of the gold bling. For a lot of these projects, I use this bronze one. Dollar Tree has the gold ribbon on the spools as well as the, yes. So I didn't, when I saw your purple, I never thought about that. I see those all the time on those sheets, and now I'm going to have to double look at those and grab me a bunch. I didn't even think about using it that way. Don't ask why. I guess I always just thought the rolls were the easiest thing to use. How are you, Shelly? Long time no see, darling. Not really. The Dollar Tree and the gold spool is the same as Totally Dazzled, except for... Gotcha. Yeah, that's the one thing I'll give those Totally Dazzled rolls. There's a lot on there. I was actually very surprised when you showed that. All right, so this is what we're going to use around that, but we want to do black stripes. So what I want to do is mark off some black stripes here. This should go pretty quick. I'm not doing checks. I just want to do the stripes. Nicole, you have a pencil. I'm sure it's right in front of you, and it is. So I think I want to do fat stripes. Maybe we want to go fatter. So I use either a paint stick, I guess it's the same thing. And I just kind of use a stick and draw all the way up. Guys, I'm not the best striper or the best checker. I'm not a painter. So I will, especially on these curves, whatever I don't always get accurate on a live, I always go back and clean it up. And then I post the picture. So sometimes if I don't post the picture that evening, it's because I wanted to fix something on it before I posted the picture and threw it out there in Facebook world. You know, I want people to watch me, not run the other direction. If they run the other direction because of me, well, then they run. Visiting your mom, so popped on for a minute. Aw, we'll say hi to Mom. Well, I'm glad to know that it looks very much similar. Then I may just go ahead and order off of Totally Dazzled because it's such a big roll. I'm just gonna go right, we're gonna do that stripe right with the top of that little cross on the crown. So Becca, I did get more of those crowns. Actually, when I checked out at home today, the lady looked at me funny because I bought a bunch of those little gold crowns that you had, because I had a few in my stash already, and I'm like, I'm gonna need to get more of those when they go on clearance. And then I had this. I bought another one of those crowns that I used on that lamp behind me. And that's only because they only had one left, or I would have bought two. And then I bought some crown ornaments, like in the green or blue crushed velvet. And she's looking at all my crowns. I'm like, well, a little bit of a crown obsession. I get on my kicks though. I'll be like into the crowns, then I'll lay off of them for a while. And I had another project I also planned for today, but we're gonna do that one tomorrow. It's more of a springy project using some decoupage queen. Those came out perfect. I used adhesive. So we're gonna go black, white, black, white, black, white, black, white, black, black, white. I just mark off everything I'm gonna do black, because if I don't, that didn't work out the way I wanted. And then sometimes you don't come out evenly, so you kind of make up for it a little bit. All right. You have a wonderful night too, darling. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you. So we're just gonna grab one of our brushes here. I thought I had a wider stripe brush. Maybe not. I do. So I use the black enamel folk art for any stripes or checks. And then y'all are gonna think I'm nuts because I wax over even my black stripes. So before we lay that bling wrap down, we want to stripe this. Stripes are a lot quicker than checks, guys. Once I get that first one going, I should say. We're gonna go just to the edge, and then we're gonna rub and buff. Remember that trim that's over here. Thank you for the hearts, guys. I appreciate that. So is everybody back to work now? I mean, I had to go back the next day, so. I had no choice. But that's the restaurant business. And then I had to work Christmas Eve too, so. So you're just gonna paint with the curve of the tray. Just doing black stripes. Every other one. And it doesn't have to be perfect in any means. And then I just wipe the excess off my brush because you'll have a buildup. So after every couple stripes, I wipe the brush off. So you guys, you can do a million different things with these trays. I use decoupage paper in them. I do a lot of these flat back projects on mine. I love doing the angels on them. You can put a cross on these trays, a crown on these trays. You can do anything with them. I mean, this one, the crown was pretty much already done for me. So that one wasn't so complicated. Do you love the stripes? I know a lot of people are like, they can do with or without the stripes. I think it adds more character. Some things I like them, some things I don't. I've seen some trays done that are super sharp with the stripes. I'll tell you, who does amazing trays is Kathy. I'm like obsessed with hers. I love her trays. Maybe one day I'll do a tray that comes close to one of hers. And this is where my hands are going to cramp up. Guys, I can see this crown moving around a little bit, so I'm gonna have to glue it down and put some weight on it so that it has a permanent hold to it tonight, because it wants to be stubborn and not stay down. So you guys get the gist of these stripes. We're about halfway there. Sorry, this isn't the most exciting part of watching me do a live. You notice even Otis got bored and left the room. Yeah, she does. Thank you, Edie. Thank you, Becky. I hope so. I sure hope so. What are you guys doing for dinner tonight? Anything? I haven't even figured out what I'm doing. I made a couple potatoes and that was it. You know what I ate today was hummus and Oreos. Hi, Jeannie. How are you? So I'm thinking I should eat something other than hummus and Oreos. I just wasn't in the mood for cooking today, though. It sounded like a good idea at the time. All right. So we're about halfway there with the stripes. I had sausage and eggs. That's great. What I've watched, Kathy, all of her projects are amazing. She does beautiful work. She definitely does. And you know what? She's sweet as can be too. Not gonna lie. She's very sweet. Homemade soup. That's something I missed. So for Christmas, my daughter and son-in-law got me one of those immersion blenders. And my favorite soup is lentil soup. So I wanted one of those immersion blenders because I'm always forever sticking half of it into a blender and then throwing it back in the pot. Well, they gave me one of those that has like the blender you can actually stick in the pot, and then it has a whipper on it too. So I was kind of excited about that. It's one of the things I told them I really, really wanted. I've been wanting one forever. Like I said, I'm not one to spend money on myself, so I've never gotten one. It looks pretty cool, so I'm excited to use it. So I actually want to make lentil soup. I'm a huge soup fan. A little over halfway there, guys. And then we're going to put that bling wrap on it, and then I think once we do this rub and buff, we're golden. I can't put that bling wrap till these stripes are put down though. So I'm thinking we only need the one coat on these stripes, thankfully. So one thing I love about this enamel paint. Don't have to keep going over it. Y'all still with me? I'm boring you with the paint. It's one thing I should have asked for Christmas was a new chair. This squeaky thing's driving me crazy. I'm here just also working. I feel you, girl. When do you go live, Jamie? I feel like I have to randomly catch people because of my schedule at work. And believe it or not, sometimes I'll just pop on. Don't tell anybody here, but I'll pop on while I'm at work, even if I just... Did I miss a stripe somewhere? So y'all know I marked X's, right? Where'd I mess up? Why am I not in my X's? Well, I'm just gonna go with the flow. Hopefully we meet in the middle, because we almost done now. I'll make up my own stripes. I have some that are X's that I'm not in the lines of. I know why, because we had to fix at the end. All right, I thought I just messed up big time. It's like it's all matching up. Well, so far it's been random. I wasn't really ready yet. Oh, that's right. Popped in. Jeannie, are you still here, darling? Did I say hello? If not, I'm sorry. Hello, how are you? How was work for you today? I saw you were on another live and I had to jump out because of work. Might have been Kelly's. Well, when you come up with a schedule, let me know, girl. I will definitely try to catch several of your lives. Like tomorrow I go in, I'm up at 4 every morning for work. And then I go in, I'm in at 6, and I'm usually out by 2. I try to run out of there quicker than that, but usually anywhere between 1:30 and 2. Couple more stripes. We can lay our bling wrap, put our gold rub and buff, and we are golden. I may play with a few more gems on here after the live while I go watch Rose House Crafts. What time do we have? Oh boy. Well, no, I'm good. I think I have 15-20 minutes till she's on. Are you doing gold rub and buff? Yes. So it's looking great. Sorry, I've been gone for a few minutes doing stuff. I hope you didn't miss anything important, darling. Don't ever apologize. So we have a couple more stripes to do. And then I'm doing gold rub and buff on the edge of this. Who just asked me that? Patty. So I'm going to do gold rub and buff on the edge of this, but on the inside, I'm doing this like, almost like an antique bronze trim, if you see that, on the inside of this. And then we're calling it done. I'll probably play and put a few more gems on here. What I need to do tonight is get some E6000 and fill in the gaps, and I need to put a weight on it. If I don't put a weight on it tonight, I'll do it tomorrow because I want to make sure those gems stay set in there too. I don't want to disturb those gems by putting a weight on it. Just so this crown stays on here. I want to make sure it's glued very securely on here. It was giving me a little bit of an ache. I got these last couple stripes. And this enamel paint dries very quickly, so there's not a lot of weight on drying for this stuff. I'm considering 1 p.m. Hi, Gnome. I'll say it right. Gnome Whisperer. How are you, darling? So I'm considering 1 p.m., but I have a lot of doctor's appointments that are generally in the middle of the day. So next, dawn, yes. I will get that, I promise. Sometimes it takes me a few times. So next thought was 4 p.m. I'm trying not to overlap people. That's what I have a hard time doing sometimes. And then I'm like, you know what? If I overlap a tiny bit and I get to, you know, jump on their live, you know what? Sometimes life gets in the way. And I always tell people, you know, because I've had a few people message me, when are you going live? I don't want to go while you're going live. I say, you do you and what you have to do for you and your schedule and your family. And there's always replay. You can always come in, say hello, like it, leave a couple comments, and it's the same thing. So You know, it still shows you were on, it still shows you were commenting, but yes, I get it. So I like to watch other people live as well because I love to, you know, throw up those hearts and give them the love as well. But sometimes our lives don't always work out that way. Sparkle and Bling with Nikki. Hello, welcome in. Oh, that was the last stripe, guys. Let me know where you're from, darling. We are doing this tray with this crown in here. I'm just finishing up some stripes on it. But yes, I get it. I do the same. I want to, you know, I try to go into as many people's page as I can and, you know, replay. And send them love. So I get it. But I tell everybody, sometimes you got to do what's best for you too. And most people understand. I completely understand. You know, I work 2 jobs and do this and have my family, so I get it 100%. So there's our stripes. Oh, thank you, Becca. Please share and follow. You guys are super sweet. Thank you so much. So there's our stripes. So what I want to do is we're going to do the gold trim in the middle, but I'm going to rub and buff. Let's put a dryer on here super quick, just to make sure. And I'm lying, I actually want to wax this black, as crazy as that sounds. You do love it? Good, I'm glad. So I got a little bit of a snafu down here, but that's okay. Because if you wax a little bit of this black, it takes off that harsh edge, so to say. Hi, Jenny. So you can see I got a couple X's down there. We'll wax those out and I'll fix those. So I won't wax it. I'm gonna go ahead and rub and buff it because I want to fix those spots that have the X's, and I'll do that after we pop off here. You guys, thank you for the hearts. Thank you for sprinkling me out. I love you guys for that. So now we just take, I use the Antique Bronze Rub and Buff. I get it at Hobby Lobby. And we're just gonna take that right along. It's got these beautiful little ridged edge here. And we're gonna go right along, almost to that little, it's got a line right at the edge. You'll see it once I highlight it. So you're almost highlighting right at that edge where that paint hits too. And go ahead and get a little bit of that paint or that rub and buff right into that black area of that paint. Now, I may or may not go ahead and put some, like that gold line in that black paint. I haven't decided yet. I'm not as great with that, I'm not gonna lie. We'll see how this turns out once we rub and buff the whole thing. So like I said, this did have handles on it, and as I was unburying some of my stash a week ago, I realized I broke a handle off of this tray. So then I just pulled the other handle off and had my husband sand down the sides. So this can actually sit in one of those picture frame holders, like one of those little stands you can get Hobby Lobby. I saw some beautiful ones at the at-home store today. I see them at the thrift store all the time. So you can display this in one of those easels, one of those picture easels. Guys, I'm a little bit of a rub and buff freak when it comes to these projects, so I put lots on. Sometimes less is better. In certain situations, I feel like slap it on there. freaked myself out last night, early this morning. I woke up because I was hearing some random guy talking inside my household. Since I don't watch TV or anything, it was just... Listen, I am so glad you said that because you're not the only one that's done that. At all. And not just with Justin. I've had... What did I... You know who's funny to wake up to? It's Carol Ruth. So that one cracked me up. So there is that so far. Do we like... You see the rub and buff on the edges? It just kind of brought that all together. And we're going to do this antique bronze right around the edge here. I know I had this cut. What just happened? Okay. I have 2 of these cut. It's not so funny when it happens. I mean, it is funny. I can laugh about it now. But when you wake up and you're like, who is that and what is that? It'll scare you. That's how you know you're a true fan and follower. You know, leave your phone on and it literally rolls into the next video. Next auction. Yes, you guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm terrified to have an auction. I don't know why, I just am. Oh, am I still there? Frozen. Am I back? Are you good? Are we good? It looked like I lost you there for a minute. I don't know what just happened. I've been seeing it happen to a few people today. Okay, good. I was gonna say, man, right at the end? That's no fun. I do have to... Oh, I'm so sorry. Listen, my old self doesn't bend so well anymore. You were frozen back now. Well, thank you for coming back. Thank you for coming back. So I have to plug my iPad in. It's wanting to die on me. You zapped out for a second. Well, I'm glad I'm back. Thank you, Jenny. Appreciate it. So we're just going to do this and then we're finished, guys. I'm going to wrap this on there. So I know I just got to do it and I just have to do an auction. And I've never done one. I've auctioned off that bottle. And of course it was my friend that bought it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I'm terrified. I'm just terrified. So this is, why can't I think straight? I just had the paint in front of me. See, I've kind of lost. So I do use mostly acrylic. The black that I used on here is the enamel black paint. So when I check or I stripe anything, I use the enamel because it's a perfect coverage for the checks and the stripes. Other than that, yeah, I just use acrylic paint. I'm not a huge painter, so I really honestly couldn't tell you the difference between a lot of paints. So guys, this is that like iron-on trim. So you just want to lay it as loose as possible. Do not stretch it. It will not stay down. I use B7000 and sometimes you got to walk through. Sometimes you got to come through and just keep laying it in there. Just keep pushing it down. It does lay down beautifully once it's down. So I'm going to get this piece in here because I'm going to have to cut it and join it. I have little scissors. So we're going to tuck this in underneath this cross of this crown. So it looks like it went all the way through. Get down in there. Go on, go on. You know you want to. If ever watched the one auction Kathy had on the trolls, I would have been in tears, but she held it all together. Also, trying to explain daily, etc. to people can be a difficult conversation because it's hard to explain. Yes. So I've been lucky. I haven't had a lot of trolls. And I'm not supposed to say that out loud. Now that I just said that, I probably jinxed myself. I've had a few people in here I've had to, unfortunately, take out. So on here, I don't say trolls. I think we decided on the term raid, unless there was some other fun term to use. I do need to be more... I do have a couple admins on here. One of them is my daughter, so she works at night. I have another admin, and then I had just asked a friend of mine to be an admin. I'm gonna need to start having them on, because there's been a couple incidents where I'm like, yep, you gotta go. So I think that's what I'm gonna do initially is I'm not going to first off do an auction. I'm just gonna go ahead and post some of my items, and I keep talking about it, and I'm sorry guys. So some of my projects are a lot bigger. If you've all seen me, like, you won't see my face, you see the project. So I get it, and I've had a couple people message me, and you know, unfortunately shipping can be very expensive. So on some of my projects, the heavier, bigger pieces, it is very expensive to ship. So I get it that, you know, it's hard to kind of put up for that. But I do have some smaller ones now, and like this tray isn't super heavy. It's just gonna be an awkward box. That lamp isn't super heavy. It's just gonna be an awkward box. I have that angel. I have, you know, my frames and stuff. So I'm trying to go and be more cautious about what I'm making, so that, you know, because I do get a lot of messages of people wanting to buy. So I think that's just what I'm going to do. I'm just going to randomly one day just post on here, and the first person that says sold is who's going to get it. So my husband's like, we got to set up your PayPal, which is fine. I had one, but apparently it expired. So we'll be setting that up. But yeah. So I will. I'll be posting. I know I kind of procrastinate on it. If you have a business PayPal and you use ShipStation, you will get it. Okay, that's good to know. That's the other thing, is I'm not very knowledgeable on all that. So I'm like, you know, Stella told me she'd help me with the pirate ship. I have my Monica too that'll help me. So that's a big plus. I do have, you know, people that are familiar with it. So, Lord, where's my tweezers? Hey, Rhonda, how are you, darling? You caught me right before I'm just about done. So, yeah, so if you guys are interested, I will be posting some of my stuff up. And like I said before, a lot of the stuff I was making was for my holiday show. So, hi, Mary, how are you, darling? So I sold a lot of it on at my show or after. Like, do you guys remember the angel box I did that was laying on the box with the checks and that gold blanket? So that thing was really heavy, and that would not have been anything worth even purchasing and then shipping, because you guys would have paid more in shipping than you would have for the angel itself. But I just sold that to a customer. He was on here earlier, so I'm arranging that. He is a customer of mine where I work. So he had been watching and eyeballing that angel forever. So he wants that. So she's leaving me. You know, that sconce that I did with the two angels and the decoupage queen paper. You know, those all sold. And those are all big, heavy pieces. So I was hoping to sell a lot of those when I went to my show, and I did. So like I said, I'm trying to be more conscious now and not do heavy. I can do big. I don't have to do heavy, though. Thank you. On the sewing page, we've been using that for years. Gotcha. So I just got to put a little piece at the bottom. So this is where we got so far. So see how it's just a little bit of bling trim right at the top. I got one more piece to stick on and then she's done. And I'll just sit here and keep pushing this in. But it looks like this one's already laying down. And then my husband ordered me all kinds of fun bling trim. I got the pink one in. Look how fun this one is. Thank you, Edie. So Rebecca, if you're on here, remember I said I ordered, and this is self-adhesive too. I got this off of Amazon. It is so pretty and sparkly. The sparkle on this is unreal. Isn't it beautiful? I love it. So I ordered some silver and I ordered some, it is a beautiful pink. I love that pink. So I actually want to do a Maryland bottle with that pink. That's my theory. We all know I'm going to probably change my mind 50 times on Maryland bottles, but not a huge pink girl, but that is very pretty. I usually like more of the vintage pink. So we're just putting the rest of this. Thank you for the hearts, guys. Appreciate you. Hi, Gina. How are you? If you're new to the page, welcome in. Say hello. Let me know where you're from. Yeah, so I want to definitely do a new Maryland bottle with some beautiful paper that I got from Robin's song. And if you've seen her Maryland bottle, you'll understand why I had to have it. I got that last week and I was so super excited. I want to be near you and your goodwill to find these. Hi, Kelly. How are you? I just saw you pop in, darling. I'm sorry. Kelly, you can come stay with me anytime. And I have, I couldn't even count the Goodwills and the thrift stores and the Salvation Armies and the church thrifts and all that fun stuff that are around me and all over the place. And they're literally everywhere. So we can do that and antique shopping and all kinds of fun stuff. You know, whenever I have time off. That, and we have the, oh, what is it called? The big old store that you can get the furniture and stuff at. I can't think of it now. Oh boy. Restore. We have a Restore store right down the road from me. There's another one about 30 minutes from me. You know what? That's what I used to say too. I used to always say I'd never find good stuff. And you know what? You just keep going. And no kidding, Miscellaneous Barn. Yes, I want to go to Miscellaneous Barn so bad. That's when I want to take you on a live-in. Because maybe it's just me. I think the place is gorgeous. It's got floors upon floors of stuff. It's got different rooms, different buildings. I love Miscellaneous Barn. I've been there in forever, so I'm not sure how much it's changed since I've been there. But I'm thinking, Kathy, that's where I'm going to find my dresser. So I'm kind of excited to go. It's just finding time to go because a lot of those places are open on the weekends and I'm at work, so I don't get there. You know what? Everybody's having that problem today for some reason. So I know, Kelly Cat, you were having that problem too. And I just noticed on my iPad, it's starting to go blurry. Sometimes you got to go out and come back in, and sometimes you just got to wait it out and it stops being blurry. So I think she's done. I'm going to go back over and touch up a little bit on the paint, and then we have to make sure this is glued down securely because it's wanting to pop a little bit. So I just got to put a weight on it. You can get a crown similar to that one at, yes. So there's the Hobby Lobby one. So I have a friend of mine who's on here, and she has the pink Hobby Lobby one she wants me to redo. So I will not be doing that one until I redo hers, because I do have a plan for the Hobby Lobby one. I found this one at home, and I kind of fell in love with it. And then this was literally a last minute. My husband was fixing something else. Have you tried Restore Endless Designs? Amber gets, yeah. So I was one of the first buyers of Amber's pieces back in the day when she first started, and she was doing it in her garage. So I was one of her first several customers that used to buy out of her garage when she got it. It would look great over your throne while you're wearing your crown. Yes, yes it would. Yes, I love that you were wearing your crown cleaning. That just cracks me up, because my friend Monica, she's the same way. Same exact way. So, yes, I bought a buffet from her. I have some of her pieces downstairs, like her chalk pieces and so forth. She does beautiful stuff, and she always goes to the Restore over here. So, yeah, I'm a huge fan of hers. My thing is I want to get my dresser and redo it myself. So I may put a message into her. I haven't talked to her in forever, like way before she got her store. So, but yeah, she does beautiful pieces. Love, love, love her furniture. I actually wanted to get into furniture for a long time because I love decoupaging. But it's a lot of work, and I don't have the space. So I just stayed with this. I will be doing some pieces of furniture, but nothing major like her. So, yes, but yeah, a lot of places are just closed on the weekend, so I don't get a chance to go. But the one by my house I go to every single day, and if I don't go, I start itching. No joke. So I got to go all the time. So Kelly, anytime you want to come on here, go for it. I just need to take some time off work to do it. So this is our project for tonight, all finished. Like I said, I will touch anything up, and then I will paint the back. But yeah, back to, so the Hobby Lobby one. This one was from At Home, and I just grabbed it last minute and decided to do this one instead of the Hobby Lobby one. So I think I will be doing one of those, but I think what I'm going to do with that one is do it like an antique white. So I don't remember who it was on here. It wasn't Wanda. I remember who was on here earlier. They wanted me to show them the key. I said I would grab it before the end. So this was the keys, the finished key project. So my husband laughed. He goes, "Did you just put keys on keys?" Yes, absolutely, I did. So these are Prima redesigned molds that we stuck on the edge of this piece. And we mixed some paint, and that's the color we used all the way around the edges. And then these are your keys with the Totally Dazzled keys on top, and we just mixed a bunch of metals. And then we did this side to match the other side, and we just did white with dark wax in the middle. And I stuck some blingy bling in there. I love the keys. Yeah, so that was another thrift store find. Sometimes I get lucky, and then I go for weeks with nothing. So, and I get frustrated, and I remember, look through your stash. So I'm forever looking through my stash. And I found this tray, and I had the crown, and I was like, okay. And like I said, this was a last second change up project because I have another one, which I decided I'm just going to do tomorrow. So tomorrow's going to be decoupage clean paper with kind of a springy feel. So I'm going to jump off here. I'm going to watch my friend Jenny with Rose House Crafts. You guys all hop onto her page. She goes on here soon, I think, right? Does she go? Is she already on, Becca? Or is she jumping on soon? She may already be on. So you guys have a beautiful evening. I'll be on same time, same place tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, and we'll do a fun spring project. Hope to see you then. As always, thank you, thank you, thank you for being on when you could have been doing anything fun anywhere else. I appreciate you all. I appreciate your love, your sprinkling, your hearts, all of that. You guys have a beautiful evening. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.